I've had this thought before, but I really think that like the most jacked person in the race should be president.
So, like, the most athletic person in the runnings.
Yeah, like whoever's running for president. If it's like 5 folks,
Yeah.
whoever has like the biggest muscles should win.
I'm cool with that, yeah. That makes sense. Like, 'cause, yeah. There should even be, like, a boxing match.
Yeah, they should hit each other. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
it shouldn't just be about... I know about the... It should also be, like, a fucking boxing match.
Mm-hmm.
8 rounds.
Yeah.
And, like, see... You could even do it a few matches. Like, whoever wins, though, it's like, well, I'm voting for that guy.
No,
Obviously.
I don't even think it's a vote. Whoever wins, like, is the president.
Oh, no vote.
Yeah, no vote.
Oh, I like that.
It'll be like a pay-per-view MMA thing.
Yeah.
Like every 4 years, anyone that wants to be president goes down to Las Vegas at Madison fucking MGM Grand Stadium or whatever, and they just they beat it out, and whoever is physically more tough, they get to be the president.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
Because I feel like a dude that like lifts weights all the time wouldn't betray the country.
Yeah, he has got discipline.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Biden doesn't have discipline.
Dude, if Biden did one fucking push-up, I feel like both his shoulders would collapse.
I don't think he could do even a push-up.
I don't think so either. You have to at least... I think, like, to be president, look, fighting aside, you should at least be able to, like, bench press 225. Like,
yeah, there should be, like, a fitness,
yeah,
like, standard.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Like, there's a standard for it to be in the military. You gotta be able to, there's like a fitness test, you know, you gotta be able to do this many push-ups, pull-ups, run this amount of miles, like all that stuff. The guy running the country doesn't have to do that shit.
You remember in elementary school the presidential fitness test?
Yeah.
It was called the presidential fitness test. Could George Bush pass that?
It was
Because
that.
they made me run like fucking 6 miles, and just to check a box. Could George Bush run 6 miles?
I don't think so. Could W climb a rope?
Probably not, because I had to. I had to climb up and down a bunch of times. I had to sit and stretch.
Yeah.
and reach the thing.
That was terrible.
Like that. Yeah.
I had to have another student that I barely knew put his knees on my feet while I did sit-ups.
Yeah.
And I didn't know him very well, and it was weird.
You think W could do sit-ups?
Probably not. You know?
Biden couldn't do sit-ups, man.
I don't think Biden could survive the fitness gram pacer test, you know?
The fitness gram pacer test. I haven't thought of that in a decade, man.
I don't think he could do it.
What was that sound that they would chime in? It was like repeat
or go or something. Stop
and begin.
Go.
Yeah.
Stop or something crazy like that.
The fitness gram pacer test.
I don't think. But you know what though? Trump couldn't do it either.
No, he couldn't. Donnie could not do the fitness gram pacer test.
He couldn't do it, but I know he could beat up. He could. He would win. My money would be on Trump in a fight. I think.
Oh yeah. I bet on him.
But he couldn't do the fitness gram pacer test.
All that McDonald's he sucks down. Dude?
Yeah.
No way.
No, he couldn't do it. What would I ask Donald Trump?
Yeah. If we got him on the podcast, if we got Donald Trump on bombing.
I would ask Donald Trump about like Air Force One, I think, and like how he gets around and stuff. And I'd ask him if I could go on Air Force One.
You just want to go on Air Force One.
I just want to go on Air Force One.
You don't care who the podcast guest is.
Not
You just
really.
want to get on Air Force One.
I'd love to get on Air Force One. I don't care about. What's your opinion on the climate difference of the? Shut up! I don't care. You know. Like, what's it like to take off on Air Force One? You know, I'd ask what's it like sitting in the Oval Office? That's awesome.
At the Resolute desk.
Yeah, knowing that, like, holy shit, so many people have sat at this desk. You know, like the first time I got up at the Comedy Store, in the original room, on the potluck, the open mic.
Yeah.
We'd go there. We went there a bunch of times to watch shows and stuff. And the history of the amount of people that stood on that stage, you know, Pryor, Robin Williams, and you just I don't even want to start to name people because it's everybody.
Letterman.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody.
Dice, Leno,
Carrie.
Yeah, anybody stood on that, and now I'm standing on that stage. So it's like, it's just like that, but for presidents. They sat at this desk. Dude, fucking this guy sat at the desk. It's
Dude,
not-
Abe Lincoln sat at the same desk
Yeah,
that
pretty much.
fucking Donald Trump
Yeah.
sat on. There.
In the room, at least.
That's like their comedy store is the Oval Office.
The Oval Office.
The only difference is they like control nukes.
Yeah.
You know,
Talk about a bomb.
fuck, you beat me to it. I was gonna make the same
You
joke.
gotta be quicker than that.
Gotta be quick. Damn it. Gotta be quick.
Yeah, dude. I mean, just what went on in that room in the Oval Office, you
Dude,
know?
every discussion that like decided the fate of everything happened there.
Yeah. And now it's like you're sitting there. And I've only had that experience with like standing on the stage in the Comedy Store. Was I can't believe I'm standing on the same stage that all these fucking great people stood on, and I'm doing the same thing, and it's going good, by the way, you know.
Yeah.
And I have got the same view as fucking Richard Pryor, you know. It's just insane. So, yeah, I'd probably ask him about the Oval Office.
Yeah, the president should be in shape
Yes.
and like have to fight another person for the like the position.
Mm-hmm. And like the American citizen should be able to see it, like every 3 months or something. Like the president should go live on TV and like be in the gym, like he does like a thing. He like runs 2 miles. Like I want to see it happen, you know.
Yeah, I don't see I don't really see the president anymore.
Mm-mm.
He's not really on TV.
No.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, they're the government. They should let us know what the president's doing.
Yeah, well, you know, because you used to be able to go to the White House, like walk into the White House,
Mm-hmm.
like with no pass or something.
There wasn't like security at all.
Yeah, and you used to be able to go into the White House and talk to the president and be like, "Hey, what's going on?"
And ask him like, I've got some questions
Yeah.
about the way this country's going.
Yeah, and I have questions, you know.
I got a lot of questions, but they're not going to let me in the White House.
No, I want to go up to the president, regardless of who it is, and just be like, "Hey, you know, I was just thinking about this, and that," and then he goes, "Well, this and this and that," and I go, "Thank you, I feel better now," and then I go home. You know, you used to be able to do that. You can't do that anymore.
There's this awesome story about I believe it was FDR. There was a story about him where he was out at a bar, just like having a meeting with staff or whatever.
Yeah.
And he needed to get, and this was like at the dawn, like the very early, like America, I don't even think had entered World War II yet. But he was having this meeting at a bar, and he got out and he hailed a taxi in Washington D.C. and he told him to take me back to the White House because that's where I'm staying. And while he was sitting in the back of the taxi cab, he kind of had this thought that it's probably not the best situation to have the leader of the free world in the back of a taxi cab where no one knew where he was.
Yeah.
And so by the time it took him to get from the bar to the White House, he came up with the idea of the Secret Service.
Nice.
Like the protective
Yeah.
unit that protects like the... Because any fucking asshole could just go like... and then they're fucking dead.
Yeah.
The leader of the free fucking world is dead.
Yep.
But instead, I guess it was simpler times back then. He was just
It was.
in the back of a fucking taxi. Some guy was just like, "Where are you going here?" And he just said, "The White House."
Yeah.
Like it was no big deal.
Take me to my house,
Yeah.
please.
And the taxi dropped him off at the White House, and it shook him so much that he was like, "I should have like some guards or something, maybe."
I should have my own transportation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's how like the presidential limousine was born out of that program. That's how all that happened. That's how you have the guys with fake arms that are really carrying Uzis under.
Those
their...
are nuts.
Yeah,
Those
dude.
are nuts, man. Yeah, I'm fascinated with how the president travels.
Yeah.
because
You've seen a motorcade too, haven't you?
Yes, I've seen Air Force One twice. Land and take off at Nashville at BNA.
Was that with Donnie?
The Nashville airport? One, yeah, they were both with Donnie. and Air Force One took off right in front of me, literally right in front of me. I watched it land, and then it took off right in front of me, and I'll just never forget that. It was such a cool thing. But all the shit that goes into it, like when Air Force One is coming in to land, everything stops. The airport shuts down. It doesn't matter where your airplane is. They park on the taxiways. Like the airport shuts down. What's it called? When Air Force One, if Air Force One is in motion, everything else is stopped. And
even if you're like in the middle of a taxi.
Yep. If you're in the middle of a taxi, they will stop you, and you sit there. And Air Force One lands and parks, and then I think he even has to like get off and leave the property for things to start going again. But yeah, I also the Beast, the presidential
limousine,
mm-hmm. that they fly that in on C-17s.
For real?
Yeah, they fly it in.
Wow.
They have like two or three presidential C-17s, and then they have the Ospreys. And I fueled both of them. I fueled the presidential C-17s and the presidential Ospreys. And I was sitting there fueling the presidential C-17, and they were offloading Marine One, the helicopter.
That travels with them? I thought that was just in D.C.
No. The Marine One, they fold it up and put it into a C-17, and they fucking wheel it out. It's like just in case or whatever.
That's nuts.
And so I'm sitting there fueling a C-17, and Marine One is coming out of the back, and I'm just like, I'm just me though. That's nuts. Like I shouldn't be this close to that, you know. And yeah, no, it's just fucking nuts. The whole airport shuts down. It's cool. And then you know how they block interstates. They shut down interstates. When he's in motion, man, it's like, I almost said like it's presidential shit. It's presidential shit, man. The president's coming. Mm-hmm. They'll stop everything.
Yeah, they'll like run cars off the road. Like they don't give a fuck. It's like this stretch of freeway is done.
Yeah, get out.
Get out. Leave.
Get out. And I was able to, the second time Air Force One came to the Nashville airport when I was there, I was able to drive a golf cart to like the edge of a hangar that was on the edge of a taxiway and watch it take off just fucking right in front of me, man. Like I could have thrown a rock and hit it. Like it felt that close. And it was nuts. It's just a cool plane, you know.
They would have been up your ass if you threw a rock at Air Force One. They would have been mad if you were like,
yeah. I would have definitely gotten sniped.
Yeah.
Because they had snipers. They set snipers around.
Oh, really? Could you see them?
No, I couldn't see them, but you knew they were there. You know?
Oh, darn.
You saw them. They like showed up in, Chevy Tahoes and stuff. Mm-hmm. And I actually met a former president.
Really?
Yeah.
Who?
He's the forgettable one.
Jimmy Carter?
That's him, yeah. I met Jimmy Carter. He's still alive, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I met him.
He's like 98.
Yeah. I met him.
What was that like?
It was cool. He showed up in a Air Force, like G5 or G4, I think. Gulfstream 4, like painted in like presidential Air Force colors. And, yeah, like 2 Chevy Tahoes, clean as fuck, showed up, and it was like there was Secret Service and stuff, and yeah, Jimmy Carter came down, and I think his wife, I don't know, but yeah, we like grabbed their bags out of the plane and put them in the car, and he waved to us, and we waved back, and yeah, I was like this close,
Damn.
to Jimmy Carter. That was cool.
Did he look 98 years old?
He was very old. And that was like 4 years ago. 3 years ago.
And he's still alive.
Yeah, I
That's
guess.
nuts.
Yeah, I guess he's still alive. People forget about Jimmy Carter, you know?
Yeah, did you ask him why, he didn't free all those hostages?
No, I didn't. That didn't come to mind.
Did you ask him why it took Reagan getting into office?
Hey, while I got you here, oh, sorry. I'm sure you'll understand. I'll just never get this opportunity again.
Did his bag smell like peanuts?
He just goes like, yeah, sure. What's up? He talks to me. I'm like, that'd be great.
Oh fuck! I don't know.
I didn't think you talked to me. Sorry.
Uh,
Yeah, I met Jimmy Carter. I bet, you know what's weird? I bet he dies in the next week or two.
yeah.
Yeah. You ever think about, like, someone and you're like, oh, they're still alive. Oh, I bet they won't make it to the end of the year, you know? I bet Jimmy Carter dies in the next 4 months. I'm saying that now.
You're putting your stamp on it.
I'll mark my words. I bet.
You heard it here first, folks. Jimmy Carter is dying in the next 4 months. What's today? It's July 7th.
Yeah, 7th, yeah.
It's July 7th, 2023. It's fucking 10 p.m. Los Angeles time.
Yeah.
And
I bet Jimmy Carter dies. That's the next big death. I guarantee you it's going to be Jimmy Carter. Just because that's perfect.
Yeah, he's so old.
Yeah.
Of
course he would die
He's
now.
too old.
Yeah.